And now, Jalen and Jacoby.
He is Jalen Rose.
What up, Doe?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the cool check-in, center stage on the mic. We're going to always put it on wax.
We're Jalen and Jacoby. What do we do?
We get the people what they want.
We have a new head coach on the Cowboys. We have the Texans, the Titans, the Seahawks, and the Vikings all winning wild card weekend playoff games. And your Pistons got blocked 20 times by the Lakers. 20
That was just disrespectful.
And they're listening to Kyle Kuzma. Trade offers. And Tua made an announcement. So much to discuss on the show today. Marcus Spears is back,
brothers. My brother.
We got a lot to talk to you
we
about
got the
today,
whole
sir.
wild card weekend. We have 4 great games in the NFL, but you know what? We're going to talk about the Cowboys because the Cowboys are the Cowboys, and the Cowboys did some Cowboy stuff. They had to take over the whole weekend, not even playing in the playoffs, but they got us talking about them. Why are we talking about them, Jalen Rose?
They did an announcement Saturday that they were parting ways with Jason Garrett during a playoff game. And of course, on Monday, when we're going to talk about the playoff games,
I want to talk about football.
They
Can't talk about football.
They hire a coach.
They are reportedly hiring Mike McCarthy, someone who Jalen Rose said they were going to hire.
Broken news if you
It's
follow
broken
Jalen and
news.
Jacoby.
Yup.
And Spears, I cannot wait to hear what you got to say. Let me tell you the reasons I thought that they were going to hire.
What's up?
People were throwing out those big splashy names. I was like, so you think Jerry Jones is going to give somebody a blank check to have as much, if not more power than him in the locker room? That's number one. Number two, oh, you want to get a college guy? You would think because he won Super Bowls with only college guys that they would consider that.
That's a good point.
But no! He going to hire somebody that won a Super Bowl, that's not loud and outspoken, and that he feels like he command the locker room, but at the same time won't get it his way when he commanding the media after every game. What is your thought?
First of all, I don't even have anything to say because you just said it. When we talk about safe, this was a safe hire.
Yeah.
This was Jerry Jones doing what Jerry Jones does. This was the Cowboys doing what the Dallas Cowboys does. I said it, and it was wishful thinking, Jay. I said it. I was like, look, they need to hire somebody with stake in the game, with a proven record of lasting success, and that could go into a meeting and say, Jerry, if you're going to fire me, let me get fired doing it my way. He didn't hire that type of guy. He didn't. First of all, the report was he spent the night at his house.
Listen.
Oh,
I got to talk about that. I got to talk about that.
And I know a lot of people are going to be like, Mark,
I need a hotel room.
why you saying that? First of all, it's because we know the narrative around the Dallas Cowboys. We know that Jerry wants to be an influence on everything. Not we. I was there. I understand how much he wants to be involved relationship-wise. Do y'all know this man didn't let Jason Garrett hire his own staff? Like, in what way does that happen? I was there when Jason Garrett was an offensive coordinator making more than the head coach who was Wade Phillips. This is one of those hires. This is my head scratcher. I'm not, from a football context, Mike McCarthy may have the ability to change his stripes. He got fired from Green Bay because his offensive ingenuity was old and outdated. That was the reason why they moved on. But he spent a year getting ready and preparing. Now he's in Dallas. And all I could think, Jay, was what you just said. Oh, this was safe.
No doubt.
It was safe. The fans could be... Because right now, Jerry has the fans right where he wants them. You know what everybody going to say? On one side, they going to say, well, he did win a Super Bowl, and they can justify it.
Yep.
And on the other side, they going to say, well, he got fired. And you know what Jerry want the fans? Let's see what's going on.
So, in a wild card weekend, we're talking about the Cowboys, and we're talking about a college quarterback. Tua has announced that he is going to enter the NFL draft, not go back to college. What do you think about this decision?
It was for me, from a business standpoint, it was the only decision to be made. Of course. Right? Like, we can get emotional about it, and a lot of people do. They get emotional. I've been saying from day one, Tua Tagovailoa is going to the league. There is no, first of all, let me get paid to rehab. That's number one. If I'm injured, I'm going to go get paid to rehab. And you know what else? I may fall into a way better situation because this injury may be a blessing in disguise, ending up in the right system, not having to play right away. Remember, y'all, Pat Mahomes sat down for the first year in Kansas City. He was able to get under Andy Reid and learn. Tua may have that opportunity. Even if he gets drafted high, they can still say, we want this guy to be fully recovered 100% before we put him on the field.
So I want to take a look at just who might pick Tua. You take a look at the top 10 draft picks.
Do it!
And Jalen, I'm looking at you.
Do it!
I'm looking at you, Jalen Anthony.
Do it!
Because I feel like Burrow's going to go first. And then they're number 2. Who picks third?
Do it! Who picks third? Washington took a quarterback last year.
They're not going to do it this year.
Yes!
So you're do you want Tua? Do you want Tua in Detroit?
Yes!
The most Detroit thing that's going to happen ever, though, Jay. You know that, right?
Oh, no.
Somebody going to trade up and take that.
Marcus Spears, it's great to have you back. Jalen Rose, it's time to actually talk about football that happened on the football field. And this time, we're talking about the field in Foxborough. And this time, the Patriots did not come away with the win in the playoffs. Mike Vrabel and the Texans went into Foxborough, and Derrick Henry ran all over those Patriots, giving the Titans the win and maybe the last play we'll ever see from Tom Brady in a Patriots uniform.
Watching this game proved to me why the familiarity of former staffers and players of Bill Belichick have had success against the Patriots.
They have. Why is that?
Because you nurture a team and then all of a sudden they end up playing at Foxborough together for the first time in a playoff game. And his message was they basically prey on bad football so you can't make mistakes. Also, based on their defense, they locked down in the pass. Have been that all year.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in the run. And Derrick Henry, he led the league in rushing.
Oh, more yards than anybody else.
Right. And,
rushing the ball.
And a bell cow to the point where I said he looked like a modern day Earl Campbell out there running. So now all of a sudden, you're going to feed him and feed him and feed him like a Wu-Tang song. Over 30 carries. Okay? And then decisions like this. I like when they took those couple of delayed games.
Oh, I loved it so much.
That level of petty but also brilliance. Take time
There's
off
a difference between 6 minutes left and 5 minutes left. There's a difference.
Take some time off the clock.
Eat the clock.
And so I appreciate what I saw from their team. It wasn't about Tannehill. It was really, for me, about Derrick Henry being that bell cow and them having a terrific game plan and playing mistake-free football as much as possible.
So Tom Brady said it's unlikely he's going to retire, but when he was talking about the Patriots and the organization, he used the word they a lot. He didn't say we, he said they a lot. Tom Brady, not his best year throwing the football, not his best receiving core either, to be fair. Jalen, does Tom Brady return to the Patriots next year?
The writing has been on the wall on the entire year for the Patriots not ending up defending their Super Bowl championship.
Yes.
Robert Kraft's offseason issues that he had to get taken care of. Tom Brady going into the final year of his deal and they can't franchise him. Then you're going to depend on Josh Gordon, something that people have not been able to do his NFL career.
How did Antonio Brown work out?
You're going to try to get Antonio Brown. That didn't work out. He only played one game with the football team. You draft Harry in the first round. I've been saying this all season. You barely utilize him the entire year. You took Sony Michel a couple of years ago, maybe 1 year ago in the first round. They haven't been able to run the ball. Here's a telltale sign.
That Jacoby couldn't even produce?
It was first and goal. See, people look at the final score. It was first and goal. The Patriots were winning 10-7. Usually they're able to punch that in.
Yeah.
They didn't punch it in. And so instead of being 17-7, it ended up being 13-7. And that gave the Titans that little boost that they have what it took to make some plays and actually win this football game. So do I believe Tom Brady should play for another team? No. I don't want to see Tom Brady try to do a Joe Montana to the Chiefs.
Yep.
I don't want to see him try to do a Peyton Manning to the Broncos. If he's not playing for the Patriots, which if he's using the term they seems like he doesn't want to do, retire if I was the GOAT.
Interesting. Well, from the Titans win to the Texans win in Houston, the Buffalo Bills came to town and they got up early. They were up. It looked good for the Bills early. It looked like things were working. And then Deshaun Watson happened. He came alive in the second half. He ended up with 247 yards. He had a rushing touchdown and a touchdown through the air. But Jalen Rose, in overtime, the first playoff game of the weekend, went to overtime. Deshaun Watson made plays.
I remember watching this game thinking, is this Bill O'Brien's final game with the Texans?
It felt like it in the first half.
You know, you got Deshaun Watson, you got D-Hop. 0 points.
How many catches did D-Hop have in the first half?
None.
0. How many points did they have in the first half?
Those are two of the more bizarre things that D-Hop and Stephon Diggs, for that matter, both went in at halftime yesterday, talented receivers with no catch. So I'm like, man. And then Deshaun Watson went into the phone booth, came back as Superman.
He did.
And that was the difference in the game. Truly it was. J.J. Watt made a play when they needed it. Mm-hmm. It was great to see him back out on the field. But Deshaun Watson's elite greatness is basically what propelled the team. And look no further than that big scramble play he had late in the game.
You got to take him down on this play. You got two unblocked defenders. Both with clear shots at the quarterback, and he doesn't go down.
But also, don't sleep on that yak right there. That was the key. I ain't talking about something that you put with ice. I'm talking about that yak on the field.
Yards after catch.
And taking up all of that green space allowed him to flex like he did because like in position to get it done, and they did.
Well, the most surprising result from the weekend, in my mind, happened in New Orleans, where the Minnesota Vikings.
That's because you don't listen to me.
You've been talking about all season long. You've been talking about the Vikings. Don't sleep on the Vikings. The Vikings are a team you don't want to playoffs. And we found out why in New Orleans. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings gave us another overtime game, but this time it was the road team that came out with the victory. What did this tell about the Vikings?
Little known fact, before I worked at ESPN, I actually worked at NFL Network. So I feel good when I say that Mike McCarthy is going to get hired by the Cowboys, and it happens. And I tell people to watch out for the Vikings all year.
All you talk about the Vikings.
When they go through their ebbs and flows, people point at that guy right there. Oh, look at his record on Monday night.
Oh, big primetime games, national games, he never wins. Can't win the big one, Kirk Cousins. You like that?
Look at his
you
record.
Like that?
I like what you did there. Look at his record against teams with 700 win percentages. But it's the totality of, for me, what I've seen him get done. And people continue to frown at him getting 84 million. Then quarterbacks get over 100 million.
And can I just point something out? This is not offensive pass interference. Everyone wants to point to this play and act like the Saints were robbed by the refs again. I've been watching football since I was born. That is not pass interference.
Dog.
On defensive or offensive.
Dog.
That is not offensive pass interference. No, I'm not going to even allow you to speak. I'm just going to keep talking through you because that is not offensive pass interference. They are not calling
Now that right there, what you see, I can name so many. Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez that I watched growing up.
Gronkowski made a career off of doing that.
But I want to make sure I stress this.
What?
When you have a tight end isolated against a defensive back, that's a physical mismatch. Mm-hmm. It's the equivalent of having a small point guard switching onto Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Like that's a physical mismatch. So number one, at the line of scrimmage, you got to get that guy some help.
You got to do something.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that first.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And not all will create equal. The Stephon Diggs play a couple of years ago when he caught it late, the Minnesota Miracle, you got to get him to the ground.
Yeah, that was a missed tackle.
Right?
That wasn't the ref. That was a missed tackle.
You got to get him to the ground. Mm-hmm. So let's not forget that. Now the next year,
the pass interference. That was pass interference, but when you watch it live, it wasn't as cut and dry as everybody makes it sound.
And last but not least, can you look into the cameras and tell me you didn't see Kyle Rudolph flat out push that guy in his chest? Space to catch that football?
Kyle Rudolph flat out pushed that guy in his chest to gain space to catch the football, but it wasn't offensive interference. You're not calling that. You're not calling that.
Now that's different.
So I'm not saying he didn't push him. I'm not saying he didn't get space. But I'm saying it's not a flag. So that's not a flag.
So I want to do a distinction that referees and leagues hate when players like myself acknowledge this. Difference in the NBA between a first quarter call in a late fourth quarter call.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we know it's overtime.
Right?
Like, the refs know it's overtime, too.
Correct. And so they're like, we're not going, hey, Saints, we got your calls. And they even changed the rule. They didn't fix none of the calls during the season, by the way.
Didn't change much. But all they changed was the rule. They didn't change calls.
But we heard y'all. So now guess what we going to do, Saints? We're going to let them play. And see how it's decided. But I disagree with you.
What?
To me, that is pass interference, and the refs let it go.
You would throw the flag on that play.
Yes.
Watching live speed. When you saw that live, you did not think it was a flag.
I thought it was pass interference.
It could be defensive pass interference. If you watch it enough times, he's grabbing on his arm, holding his arm down. It could be offensive pass interference and defensive pass interference. You know what it really is? Just that's all it is. That is not a flag.
Now, they were hand
I don't
fighting.
even believe you. I think you're trying to disagree with me.
No,
you would not throw a flag if you were the ref.
Hey, fam. That's pass interference.
It's not, Jalen. Defensive pass interference or offensive pass interference?
I done seen some of the alter times from Doug Cosby, Billy Joe Dupree, Kellen Winslow.
Look at this live speed. Ref, you're calling pass interference on that play. Right there.
He pushed him off.
Watch this. He grabs his arm right there.
He pushed him off.
And then his arm.
So
he did push him off.
So there will be people like yourself that say, oh, that's just football.
Yeah.
If you haven't been paying attention and you live and you're archaic, football has changed a lot of its rules.
Yeah.
Okay? To benefit the offensive player. So to me, that's why they didn't. It wasn't that it wasn't pass interference. I watched the Lions play every snap. And I'm telling you.
I don't know why you do it to yourself.
When we're struggling and our tight end goes in and catches something like that.
No.
Pass interference.
No. Jalen, did the Lions play this weekend? Did they play this weekend? They got a bye?
We played through the Vikings.
They got a bye?
We played through the Vikings. They're in our division.
You guys beat the Vikings this year? No? Well, finally we have to get to the last game from the wild card weekend, and that is Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. They have to go to Philly. I don't know why. They need to change that rule, but they went into Philly and they beat the Eagles. And Metcalf, DK Metcalf, remember in the combine we were talking about how strong he is and how big he is and how athletic he is? Well, he showed exactly that he's not just that. He's also one heck of a wide receiver with 7 receptions for 160 yards and a touchdown.
We host the NBA and the NFL draft on ESPN.
Yep.
And I recall vividly speaking into this microphone and being baffled that there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 receivers.
9 receivers.
Drafted ahead of DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say 9 players.
No. At his position.
No. Okay. What did you say he did this weekend? He caught what?
160 yards, 7 receptions, and a touchdown.
Has a rookie ever done that in a playoff game?
Never happened before in a playoff game. It wasn't just a touchdown. He also had the dagger catch.
But here's what I want to say about going into this game. The first thing that stood out to me, injuries. Carson Wentz did a terrific job pulling this team to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And it just highlighted why the Cowboys needed to fire their coach, number one. But number two, when you got Russell Wilson, he has gray hair, by the way. Nobody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
A bit much for me, but continue.
Nobody is surprised when he's going to get out there and make big plays, get out there. Injuries at running backs. Great to see Marshawn Lynch get a short touchdown. Seattle just kind of did what they do, but let's not act like the backup quarterback the entire game. Josh McCown, who played 17 years in the NFL and never played a playoff game.
Played in the playoff game.
Of all teams, don't Philadelphia know how important it is to have a backup quarterback?
Of course they do. Ask Foles about it. So I want to show you the hit that knocked Wentz out of the game from Jadeveon Clowney. Wentz was trying to get more yards. You'll see here, screen pass isn't there, so he just tries to get some yards, and Clowney hits him in the back of the head, and he would not return to the game. Jalen, is that a dirty hit in your mind?
It's not a dirty hit, but it's a penalty. Yeah. Because when I watch football and I see one person's helmet hit the other person's helmet, and the guy that's playing defense has number 90 and the other guy wears number 11, which is a quarterback number, usually that's called, and not only the pros, that's called pretty much universal now. In college, in high school. So absolutely, to me, that should have been a penalty. However, I don't think it was dirty because you go out to the ground, you want to pepper him a little bit.
It's a quarterback.
But it's
So we're all trying to do new things, and sometimes you go hit the gym or you try to change your diet or you learn a new skill. There's a lot of ways you can better yourselves in the new year, but I can't think of one that's more important than starting the year off, finally tackling your high-interest credit card debt. My friends at Upstart.com are here to help you do exactly that. Upstart is the revolutionary lending platform that offers smarter rates to help you pay off your high-interest credit card debt. Upstart goes beyond the traditional credit score when assessing your credit worthiness. They actually reward you based on your education, your job history, in the form of a smarter rate. Upstart, you're more than just your score. They believe in you. They make it fast and simple and easy to check your rate. Since it's just a soft pull, it won't affect your credit card score. The hard pull. There was a lot of NFL action this weekend, but let's not sleep on what happened in the National Basketball Association. Your Detroit Pistons got blocked by the Lakers 20 times. Jalen Rose, 20 times. They took shot attempts and got blocked by the Los Angeles Lakers. Does that say more about the Lakers' improved defense or your trash Pistons?
It says something about both. And all blocks aren't all equal, just like turnovers. Thing when you're trying to do a post move and Dre Drummond a couple of times, and you're one defended by Dwight Howard and he blocks your shot.
Yeah.
It's another thing when you're a perimeter player driving towards the basket, blocks your shot from the weak side. The beauty about what they're able to do is then turn those blocks into opportunities.
Yep.
For the Pistons, seems like it's become days of the season. Griffin wasn't Derrick Rose did 28 points, 29 minutes. Always that
We always say we give the people what they want, so we're not just going to give you the television show audio. We always give you podcast.
Kyle Kuzma. Done.